Hi everyone, welcome back to Real Estate Simplified. I'm Ali, the co-owner of Home and Capital Realty. And over the years, we've helped so many clients build wealth through real estate and move into their dream homes. And on this channel, our mission is to simplify the complex world of real estate and empower you to make smart, confident decisions. Today's topic is something every landlord in Toronto needs to be aware of. Starting July 31st, 2025, the City of Toronto is rolling out a new rule called the Rental Renovation License bylaw. So if you own a rental property and are considering doing renovations that would require a tenant to move out, even temporarily, this bylaw directly impacts you. Let's talk about what renovictions actually are. The term comes from combining renovation and eviction, and it refers to cases where a landlord asks tenants to leave, citing necessary repairs or upgrades. Sometimes this is absolutely legitimate, but in other cases, landlords may use renovations as an excuse to remove tenants and raise rents or relist the unit at a higher price. Unfortunately, this practice has become more common and has contributed to the displacement of the long-term renters, especially those in more affordable units. The city is stepping in to add oversight and make sure that when a tenant is asked to leave, it's really for a valid and necessary reason. So this bylaw applies when you, as a landlord, plan to use the Ontario's N13 form. This is the formal notice used to end a tenancy for major repairs, renovations, or demolition. The big change here is that before you can even serve an N13 notice, you need to get a renovation license from the city. That license confirms that the work you're doing requires the unit to be vacant and that you're following all the right steps before approaching your tenant. So here is where it affects your process. If you got a renovation in mind that might require a tenant to move out, you can't just give them a notice and start swinging the hammer. You now have to go through the city's new licensing process first. This means applying for a renovation license, paying a $700 fee, and submitting the document like approved building permits and a professional assessment stating that the vacant possession is required. You also need to put together a tenant compensation plan. This might include arranging temporary accommodations or covering the rent difference while they are displaced. Once your application is approved, you've got 7 days to issue the N13 notice. This bylaw is not just paperwork. It comes with teeth. If you try to evict the tenant without going through the licensing process, or if you cut corners, you could face fines of up to $100,000. The city has made it clear the burden is now on the landlord to prove the eviction is necessary. This isn't the time to assume things will fly under the radar. There is more enforcement, more transparency, and more accountability. The city is also launching a public registry that will show all the approved renovation licenses. So tenants will be able to check whether their landlord has followed the process before they receive an N13 notice. And if the license is not listed, they will have the right to report it and the city can investigate. There is also a tenant support line through 311 that offers legal assistance and help in multiple languages, which means the tenants are now better equipped than ever to stand up for their rights. Now, if you're a landlord doing things by the book, this bylaw isn't meant to make your life harder. It's meant to create a fair system for everyone. And yes, it adds a few more steps to the process and also protects your investment by ensuring you're not exposed to legal risks. If you're planning for renovations in the near future, make sure you build this into your timeline and your budget. It's all about being proactive, transparent, and legally protected. Thanks for watching, guys. And if this video helped you, feel free to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future updates like this one. And if you got questions about how this new bylaw might affect your specific property or plans, drop them in the comments below or reach out directly, and we will see you in the next video.